My fiancé texted me saying changed my mind, marrying your cousin instead. He has better prospects anyway. I replied congratulations. Then I canceled our joint honeymoon booking and used the $18,000 refund for my solo trip to Bali. 4 days later, her father's lawyer was demanding I return their family's money. I'm 29. I was supposed to get married next month. Past tense. Last Tuesday at work, my phone buzzed. Isabella, my fiancé of 3 years, texted, Nathan, I've made a decision. I'm marrying Trevor instead. He has better prospects anyway. The wedding is off. Please don't make this difficult. Trevor. My cousin Trevor, who'd been coming to our Sunday dinners for the past year, sitting at my table, eating my food, complaining about being single. The same Trevor who landed a finance job 3 months ago and wouldn't shut up about his signing bonus. I stared at my phone for 2 minutes, then typed back, congratulations, that was it. 1 word. Then I got to work. Isabella came from old money. Her father Harrison insisted on contributing heavily to our wedding, but they wanted control, so everything went in my name. The groom should handle finances, Harrison said, traditional values. The honeymoon package alone was $18,000. 2 weeks in Bali, 5-star resort, everything included, already paid in full. Venue deposit $8,000, catering $6,000, florist $2,000, DJ $1,500, photography $4,000, all in my name per their insistence. By 3 that afternoon, I'd canceled the honeymoon. Full refund with their 30-day cancellation policy. Immediately booked a solo trip to Bali. Same resort, better room, added a week. Cost $11,000, leaving $7,000 in my account. Canceled the venue, got $4,000 back. Catering gave me $4,500, florist $1,800, lost the DJ deposit completely. Changed all passwords to wedding planning accounts. Blocked Isabella everywhere except email. Needed a paper trail. Total recovered $26,500, not bad for an afternoon. Then I drove to our apartment. My apartment she'd been living in rent-free for 2 years. Started packing all her stuff. Designer clothes, jewelry I'd bought her, expensive skincare products, everything. Neat and organized. Labeled each box. Left them in building storage with a note for the superintendent. Texted Trevor from my work phone, congratulations on the engagement. Isabella's belongings are in storage at my building. Pick them up by Friday or they go to Goodwill. Called my boss, needed 3 weeks off starting in 2 weeks. He knew about the wedding, approved immediately without questions. That evening, Isabella called 17 times. I didn't answer. Finally, she emailed, Nathan, we need to talk about the wedding arrangements. A lot of money is involved. I replied, all vendors have been notified and handled accordingly. Best wishes for your future. Wednesday morning, Harrison started calling. Every call went to voicemail. Nathan, we need to discuss the wedding finances immediately. This is unacceptable. Thursday, Isabella showed up at my office with her sister Monica. Building security asked if I wanted to approve them coming up. I said no. They waited in the lobby for 2 hours before leaving. Friday morning, real entertainment started. Someone knocked on my door. Process server. Harrison had his lawyer send me a formal demand letter. I owed them $32,000. Their investment in the wedding plus emotional damages. They claimed the money was a conditional gift, contingent on marriage happening. Since I'd unilaterally canceled everything I'd stolen from them. The letter was packed with legal threats, unconscionable conduct, unjust enrichment, breach of implied contract. Almost impressive how many threatening phrases they crammed into 3 pages, but here's what this was really about. Control. Harrison was used to getting his way. I was refusing to fall in line. That's what really bothered them, not the money. The audacity of me not doing what they wanted. I should mention something I realized later. This wasn't just about one text message. Isabella had been planning this. And they'd all assumed I'd just roll over and fund whatever came next. That assumption was their first mistake. Update 1, the demand letter sat on my counter. I called my buddy Derek, a contract lawyer, sent him everything. Every receipt, email, text message, the whole paper trail. He called back 30 minutes later laughing. Dude, they put everything in your name. No written agreement about conditions anywhere. She broke the engagement. You're golden, this is pure intimidation. They're hoping you don't know your rights. Enjoy Bali, he said. Let me handle this. Saturday morning, I woke to 43 messages in my family WhatsApp group. My Aunt Janet, Trevor's mom, had gone nuclear. Nathan is trying to destroy Trevor's happiness. He's keeping Isabella's money out of spite. My mom responded first. Janet, your son stole Nathan's fiancée. Sit down. Trevor chimed in. I didn't steal anyone. Isabella made her choice. Nathan needs to return the wedding money and move on like an adult. My younger brother Marcus, 26, wasn't having it. Trevor really said that with his whole chest. The absolute audacity. Then Isabella went public. Facebook post dripping with false victimhood. Some people can't handle rejection with grace. Keeping money that isn't yours is theft. I feel sorry for anyone who dates someone so vindictive. Trevor and I are happy. Also, Nathan, you're not fooling anyone. We all know you could never afford Bali on your own. The comments became a war zone. Her friends rallied around her. My friends posted screenshots of her breakup text. Whole thing turned into a public spectacle, but here's where it gets interesting. Derek dug through the emails. When Harrison gave me those checks, his assistant sent confirmation emails. Gift for wedding expenses. The word gift appeared 17 times across various emails. No conditions mentioned anywhere. No repayment terms, nothing about money being contingent on marriage. Derek called Tuesday gleeful. They screwed themselves trying to get tax write-offs. These are documented gifts, not loans. They can't suddenly decide they were conditional. You could take this to court and win damages if they keep harassing. Sunday dinner at my parents' was tense. Trevor obviously not invited anymore. We were eating when my dad's phone rang. Harrison. Dad looked at me, then put it on speaker without telling Harrison. Richard, your son is being unreasonable. That money was for Trevor and Isabella's wedding. I thought it was for Nathan and Isabella's wedding. You know what I mean. The wedding Isabella is having. The one where she's marrying someone else after sending my son a breakup text. This isn't about feelings. This is about money. No, Harrison, this is about your daughter making promises she didn't keep and you trying to bully my son. Nathan didn't steal anything. You gifted money for a wedding your daughter canceled. Maybe teach her about consequences. I'll sue. Go ahead. Discovery should be interesting. I heard Isabella's been texting Trevor for months while engaged. That'll look great in court. Dead silence. Harrison hung up. My dad winked at me. That felt good. Monday morning, Derek sent formal response to Harrison's lawyer. Professional but brutal. Outlined all gift documentation. Noted Isabella's admission she ended the engagement. Mentioned further harassment would result in restraining order. Noted attempting frivolous lawsuit could result in them paying my legal fees. Tuesday, Trevor showed up at my gym at 6 a.m., tried to corner me in the locker room. Bro, just give the money back. This is getting messy. Trevor, you're marrying a woman who dumped her fiancé over text for better prospects. Good luck with that. We're family. Family doesn't do what you did. We're done here. Isabella's just stressed. She didn't mean for it to happen like this. Nothing about texting my fiancé for 4 months behind my back is organic, Trevor. You made choices. Live with them. I walked out. Wednesday, Margaret, Isabella's mom, called crying. Nathan, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Harrison just sees dollar signs. You were always good to her. I appreciated that but told her I couldn't be in the middle of their family drama. Thursday, Monica somehow got my work email. Long message about how I was ruining Isabella's happiness. How keeping the money proved I never loved her. I forwarded it to Derek and blocked her. Friday evening, packing for my flight, unknown number called. Isabella. Nathan, please, we need to talk like adults. You can't just take off to Bali with our honeymoon. It's not our honeymoon. It's my vacation, with my money. That money was supposed to be ours. You canceled our future when you texted me you were marrying Trevor. Trevor and I can't afford the wedding we wanted now. Because of you? Because of me? Isabella, you dumped me for him. Whatever problems you have are between you and Trevor, I'm out. She started fake crying. You're being so cruel. The old me would have rolled over. Good thing I'm not that person anymore. Have a nice wedding. Hung up. Blocked that number. Saturday morning, Marcus drove me to airport. Proud of you, man. You're handling this like a boss. I'm just tired of drama. I want to swim in the ocean and not think about this for 3 weeks. Update 2, I've been in Bali for a week. Resort is incredible. Villa with private pool and ocean view. Yoga on the beach at sunrise, cooking classes, temple tour. Exactly what I needed. Peace and distance from chaos. But chaos back home hasn't stopped. Marcus has been sending updates. Tuesday, Isabella posted on Instagram. Photo of her hand with Trevor's engagement ring. Caption about new beginnings and true love. Ring was noticeably smaller than the one I'd given her. Comments mixed between congratulations and pointed questions about her previous engagement. Wednesday, Janet showed up at my parents' house demanding to speak to my dad. Mom answered and told her to get off their property or she'd call police. Janet started yelling about me destroying her son's happiness. Mom shut the door in her face. When Janet wouldn't leave, Mom actually called police. They came and told Janet to leave. Thursday, Harrison called my boss at work, actually called him, trying to get me fired or make me look bad. My boss called me in Bali to give heads up. Said Harrison claimed I was holding money hostage and creating hostile situation. My boss told Harrison my personal life was none of his concern and to never call again. Then told me not to worry and enjoy vacation. Friday, wedding invitations went out. Marcus got one. Cheap looking, like something printed off home computer. Nothing like the custom letterpress invitations Isabella and I had ordered that cost $800. Saturday was Flying Monkey's assault. Isabella's friend group started coordinated harassment. Messages, comments, DMs, "You're ruining her special day. Be the bigger person. You obviously never loved her." I posted one response on Instagram story. Friendly reminder I didn't end my engagement via text to marry someone else's relative. Now excuse me while I enjoy this fantastic snorkeling tour. Attached photo of me underwater with sea turtles. Meltdown was immediate. Isabella broke silence with TikTok. She has 3,000 followers, thinks she's an influencer. Video was her crying, explaining how I was weaponizing money and punishing her for following her heart. She talked about how we'd picked that resort together and how cruel it was I was there alone just to hurt her. Comments were brutal. "Girl, you dumped him for his cousin. Following your heart to his cousin's wallet maybe. If Trevor has such better prospects, why can't he afford your honeymoon?" She deleted it after 2 hours, but someone's screen recorded it. Got reposted everywhere. Sunday morning, message from my grandmother. Harrison had called my 82-year-old Nana trying to get her to pressure me. Nana's message, that Isabella's father called, seemed upset about money. I told him my grandson doesn't negotiate with terrorists. "Enjoy your vacation, sweetheart. I love my grandmother." Monday, Harrison hired different lawyer. This one emailed threatening to sue for intentional infliction of emotional distress and conversion of funds. Derek responded, "Please review attached gift documentation and cease all contact. Further harassment will result in counteraction." Then Tuesday, Trevor made his biggest mistake. He replied all to the lawyer email chain. Just hit reply all. His email said, "Just pay them back, Nathan." I'll admit this all started when Isabella and I began talking 4 months ago, but that doesn't mean you should keep money meant for her wedding. 4 months. He admitted in writing in lawyer email thread they'd been talking 4 months before she broke up with me. Derek immediately forwarded this to me. Christmas came early. I'm sitting on beach watching sunset and this lands in my lap. Universe has a sense of humor. Wednesday I did sunrise hike up Mount Batter. Incredible. When I got back, 23 missed calls, called Marcus. Isabella had posted another Facebook rant about me being vindictive, said she was starting to regret choosing Trevor because at least I never weaponized money. Thursday, Trevor showed up at my parents' house again. Dad answered. Trevor said they needed to talk man to man about me being unreasonable. Dad told him the only unreasonable person was one who slept with his cousin's fiancée, then expected that cousin to pay for his wedding. Dad shut door in his face. Friday, message from someone I didn't know. Trevor's younger sister Emily. She apologized for what Trevor did, said she always liked me and thought Trevor and Isabella deserved each other in worst way. Said Trevor had been bragging for weeks about upgrading from me and how Isabella was better catch because she came from money. But here's what was becoming clear. Isabella and Trevor were spiraling. Wedding they envisioned wasn't happening. Trevor's signing bonus was gone. Tesla to impress people, Vegas bachelor party. They couldn't afford venue Isabella wanted. Couldn't afford catering, photographer, florist, DJ, everything getting downgraded. It was eating at both of them. Meanwhile, I'm living their dream honeymoon, swimming in infinity pools, getting massages, eating 7-course meals, taking private boat trips. Every single thing they'd planned I was doing alone. Maybe that was petty, but it also felt like justice. Update 3 got back from Bali yesterday. 3 weeks of peace aside from digital entertainment Marcus fed me. Distance gave me perspective I needed. Drama that unfolded while I was gone was better than Netflix. Wedding was last Saturday. Marcus Liv texted everything as spy. Venue was VFW Hall. Wood paneling from 70s, fluorescent lighting, catering from local Italian restaurant, family style, flowers clearly grocery store arrangements. Photographer was Trevor's friend with iPhone. I'm not shaming budget weddings. But this was Isabella, who once cried because napkins at our tasting were everyday napkins, who wanted exotic flowers from Holland, who insisted on live band because DJ wasn't elegant enough. Contrast was stark. Marcus said ceremony was awkward. Only 60 people showed up despite sending 150 invitations. Half our extended family refused to come. My parents didn't go. My grandmother didn't go. Most cousins didn't go. Ones who did were there for drama and free food. Reception was where things got interesting. Harrison gave speech making multiple references to when you invest you expect returns, and some people take advantage of generosity. He talked about family loyalty and remembering who supported you. Even Trevor looked uncomfortable. Real bomb dropped during Isabella's speech. She stood up and said word for word, "This isn't the wedding I dreamed of, but love is more important than material things. Trevor and I know certain people tried to sabotage our happiness, but we're stronger together. True love finds a way even when obstacles are put in your path." Marcus said room went silent. My dad got up and walked out during her speech. Mom followed, then my brother, then half my extended family. They all just left. Isabella tried to recover, but damage was done. Rest of reception was tense. Sunday morning, woke to 73 messages. Someone, Marcus swears it wasn't him, but I know it was, posted in wedding hashtag. Trevor and Isabella forever. Posted asking why bride's family couldn't afford better wedding if money was so important. Isabella's cousin responded defending them, accidentally let slip Harrison's business took a hit recently, and they'd been counting on recovering wedding deposits. Then someone else asked why they needed Nathan's money if Trevor had such better prospects. Thread devolved into chaos. Truth came out in pieces. Trevor's signing bonus was gone. Tesla, new wardrobe, bottles at clubs, Vegas bachelor party. Harrison's cash flow was tight from failed real estate investment. They'd been banking on bullying me into funding their wedding. Monday morning unpacking, call from unknown number. Margaret, Isabella's mom, crying, "Nathan, I'm so sorry, I didn't raise her like this. Found out she'd been texting Trevor since Christmas, since before you proposed, I'm so sorry. Harrison and I are separating. This situation showed me who he really is." Plot twist I didn't see coming. I told Margaret I was sorry she was going through that. She thanked me and hoped I'd find someone who deserved me. Tuesday morning making coffee, text from number I didn't recognize. Isabella. "Nathan, I made a mistake. Huge mistake. Trevor isn't who I thought he was. Wedding was humiliating. Everyone comparing it to what ours would have been. Trevor already complaining about money constantly. His mom making passive-aggressive comments about my family being overdramatic. This isn't what I wanted. Please, can we talk? I miss you." I stared at that message for a long time. Part of me that loved her for 5 years felt something. Sadness maybe, but mostly just tired. I didn't respond, but I screenshotted and sent to Derek for files. Hour later, Trevor texted, "Isabella won't stop talking about you and Bali trip. She keeps looking at photos you posted. This is your fault. You turned everyone against us. We could have worked this out like adults if you hadn't been so petty." I responded, "Worked what out, Trevor? You were sleeping with my fiancée for 4 months, coming to my apartment for Sunday dinners, eating my food, while texting my fiancée behind my back. You both made your choices. Live with them. You ruined her wedding day." "No, Trevor. You both ruined mine. I just refused to pay for yours." He called me names, then blocked me. Good riddance. Last night parents had me over for dinner, just the 4 of us. Me, Mom, Dad, and Marcus. It felt good, normal, like the chaos of the past 6 weeks was finally settling. My dad pulled me aside after dinner while Mom and Marcus were doing dishes. He put his hand on my shoulder. "I'm proud of how you handled this entire situation, son. You didn't stoop to their level. You didn't seek revenge or try to hurt anyone. You just protected yourself and what was yours. Isabella and Trevor deserve each other at this point. They created this mess together. And Harrison learned he can't bully people with fake legal threats and family money. You did good. That meant more to me than anything else that happened. My dad's approval. His recognition that I'd handled an impossible situation with dignity. This morning I'm sitting in my apartment that's finally just mine again, coffee in hand, looking through the Bali photos on my laptop. There's that $7,000 left over from the honeymoon refund sitting in my savings account. I'm thinking about putting it toward a down payment on a new truck I've had my eye on. The $8,000 from Isabella's engagement ring that I sold 2 weeks before leaving for Bali is sitting in my investment account, growing quietly. Isabella and Trevor are married now, stuck with each other, starting their life together in debt from a wedding they couldn't actually afford, living with the knowledge that their entire extended families know they're cheaters who tried to extort money they had no legal right to. Harrison is facing a divorce from Margaret, and his reputation in our entire social circle is completely shot. Turns out when you try to shake down your daughter's ex-fiancé for money that was legally and properly gifted to him, people notice and people talk and people remember. Me? I had best 3 weeks of my life, swimming with manta rays, hiking volcanoes, eating incredible food, meeting interesting people, and not marrying someone who could throw away 5 years via text because someone with better prospects came along. Best part? It wasn't even revenge. I didn't set out to hurt anyone. I just refused to fund their betrayal. Took money that was legally mine and used it for something that made me happy, protected my interests. They created every consequence themselves. People ask if I regret not being bigger person. Absolutely not. Being bigger person doesn't mean being doormat. It means handling things with dignity while protecting yourself. I didn't seek revenge. I didn't trash them publicly. I didn't turn people against them. I just stopped providing benefits to people who betrayed me. That's not revenge. That's basic self-respect. Isabella wanted Trevor because he had better prospects. Cool. Hope those prospects include paying for their own life instead of expecting me to subsidize it. I'm done with this chapter. It's closed. Moving forward with my life. I've got a date tomorrow night, actually. A woman named Sarah from my book club. We've been talking for a couple weeks now. She knows the whole story, every detail, and she thinks it's the most satisfying karma tale she's ever heard. She told me that anyone who handles a situation like that with that much composure and self-respect is someone she wants to get to know better. So we're getting dinner tomorrow. Italian, ironically enough. Life goes on. And it goes on so much better without toxic, entitled people in it. Thanks for following this journey.